Hey everybody, it's Kate with Crate Insider, and I am standing here today with Bill Martens from Chevrolet Performance. And Bill, it is such a pleasure. This is like, I can't remember if this is number 5 or number 6, but our yearly meeting and getting together for an interview. I don't think, and are there any new myths or rumors, or do we just have to say each year that, are you going to go away? Is the Crate Engine program going away?
Well, I'm sure I'm not out here amongst every aisle, and I'm sure there's rumors somewhere, but I'm here to confirm that we are going to be in it for the long haul. We spent a lot of money in the last couple of years on tooling for the 602, 604, the iron block engines, and of course we've also done the same for the aluminum engine, the 525. So the bottom line is we're going to be here for a long time.
Well, and I am so glad to hear that, because when you're Crate Insider, you kind of need some crates to keep going, right?
Yeah.
And now I do know that GM had a little bit of trouble this year. There was the strike, and so a big question is, on the racing side, how is that affecting us now that that's all resolved? How is it affecting us?
Well, there was minimal effect. It was a big deal. It was a painful strike for the company, but the issue about parts availability was affected. Not so much engines, but components. We never really stopped building engines. Our engine production was outside of the strike envelope, so that wasn't affected directly, but it was indirectly affected by availability of components. So we're on the mend. We're getting that back up to full speed. So if you want to make a comparison, we're running probably 3/4 maybe speed right now, and by early spring we'll be back at full throttle.
Well, and I'm seeing that in the components that I order, not that I do internals, but any of the valve springs and those type of things, I'm seeing that we're getting back to normal again. I'm very excited to see that. Now, there is another innovation from last year, and that would be the Selah program, because you've always been very strong in the whole point of a sealed engine program is that there's the integrity of the seals.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about that. There's been a change since last year.
It's really kind of phase 2 design. It's very similar. The original design, good intent, had some technical difficulties where the tech men could not really read the seals like we had hoped. So we've done better. We've come up with a better design. So it's really an issue of keeping the integrity of an engine. We're not trying to affect anybody's racing career with the seals, but the reality is we're trying to keep it on a level playing field. That's what the whole seal program is about. So the good news is, what have we done? We've got for the tech people in the audience, we've got a readable app, and they can tech the seals on the car, on an engine stand, wherever they can get at it with a simple app that basically will allow a smartphone to be your new tech inspection tool. So we've got that fully operational. If you're seeing this video and you're a tech person, you want more information, contact Kate or myself. We'll get you hooked up on that. It's real simple. It's just downloading an app. You probably downloaded an app for McDonald's last week, and you can download our engine inspection program, and I'll give you the details on how that works.
Fantastic. And hey, an app on an engine inspection program, far better than a free coffee from McDonald's, right?
Well, we'd like to think so. The reality is that the first design was intended to use a laptop. So it works fine, but it's a little cumbersome in the pit environment, especially 12 o'clock at night, it's dark. So by having a portable reader like this phone, it's really more friendly for the user.
Well, and a big question, I think we answer this every year, but it never hurts just to go ahead and reiterate, is have there been any component changes to the 602 and 604 that would be performance improvements? I already know the answer, but talk to us a little bit about that, Bill. Okay,
so we pride ourselves in an industry that thrives on change. We pride ourselves on not changing anything. So 602s and 604s did not have any component changes at all this year. So they have been the same basically since we did that original recipe 16 years ago. Now, on the other end, the 525, there is a major change there. You probably know, or you may suspect, that engine used to be built from a production engine that we modified. We now build that engine from scratch. The reason we do that is that we're building the engine now with forged pistons, ARP rod bolts, so all we've done, no increase in horsepower. If you remember, we try and stay the same. We don't want to force anybody to have to buy the latest hot deal, but the durability with the components that we're putting in the engine now is greatly enhanced. So we're very excited that late models, even some sprint cars, and open modifieds are going to be able to enjoy the 525 and feel very confident about the longevity.
That is actually something that we talked about a little bit last year in this interview that we did, that was coming. So it's not like this is out of nowhere. But what's so exciting now is you're a huge production company, and it's like when we have a speedboat, we can maneuver and turn on a dime. But when a giant manufacturing, you can't turn on a dime, and it takes a while. But what's so exciting is that these engines, this is what you're now shipping.
Yeah. I really think it's going to be a huge thing, multiple class adaption, if you will. And so if anybody's got, again, you talk about rumors, any of the old news is behind us. It's a very durable piece. We've been testing this combination for 2 years without any failures. So we're very confident that the component upgrades in here are going to benefit any racer that chooses to run the 525.
Well, thank you so much again for taking the time with me. Thank you guys for watching. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Bill, and all of your great information.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, you bet, and I'll look forward to seeing you next year.
I'll be here.